Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, August 17th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. If anyone tries to tell you they've got this classic physique lineup figured out, I can promise you they have absolutely no clue of what they're talking about, especially when you try to factor in some of the new blood this year from guys like Steve Laureus. The rookie phenom is looking like a serious problem 5 weeks out from his Olympia debut, where he'll get the chance to put that crazy X-frame on display against the rest of the top dogs in the division. When you look at what he did in the 2 times we've seen him so far this year, it's not hard to get excited about the sort of future this kid might have in the division. But whether or not he's ready to go toe for toe with the rest of the elite talent in the sport is something we'll all have to find out real soon. According to Google, the largest free-roaming populations of buffalo here in the US live way up there in the bustling metropolis of South Dakota. But earlier this week, a little birdie told me that we had a rare sighting somewhere up there in one of the small corners of Connecticut. On Monday, the bodybuilding world got a rare update from one of the Pro League's most reclusive superstars and former Olympia contender, Evan Centopani, who doesn't seem to be any worse for the wear these days after being sidelined with knee surgery earlier in the year. From what we can tell in the pictures, Evan looks like he's keeping himself in pretty good shape these days, which has to give you some hope if you're an Ox fan that maybe possibly he'll think about jumping into a show sometime here late in the season. At the end of the day, Evan Centopani is probably still one of the top 10 to 15 bodybuilders in the world right now when he's healthy. So, if for some reason he does get bitten by the bug again, I would be on the lookout for this guy to do some serious damage whenever he ends up dropping in next. One of the coolest things about the playoff atmosphere in sports is that there's always a team or an athlete who figures out how to take it to a new level that no one ever saw coming. And if you're like me and looking forward to the action at this year's Fitness Olympia, then one of the athletes you'll be watching heading into this year's contest is energetic third-year superstar Arielle Khadr. After putting together the best performance of her career back at the Arnold Classic, I think Khadr is heading into the Olympia this year as one of the true dark horse challengers that can go in there and turn this entire thing upside down. Every single time we've seen her since she's turned pro, it feels like she's been able to add some sort of new element to her game. And assuming she's made the right adjustments, I think she has a legitimate shot to be a top 3 finisher this year when the final bell is finally rung. If we were doing an Olympic-style medal count for bodybuilding this year, I think you guys would be surprised at the hardware that Team Canada's been able to rack up so far. And one of the new faces leading the way for our friends up there from the north is 212 sensation Mahmoud Al Durrah. In my opinion, the rookie phenom has been one of the coolest stories of the year so far in the 212 division, especially when you look at how dominant he was in his win up there at the Vancouver Pro. Whether or not he's got the firepower to hang with some of these monsters at the top of the class is still probably up for debate. But if he's at 100%, he's certainly capable of a top 5 or better finish if a few things break his way. Speaking of Canadian monsters, you're not going to find too many guys walking around up there in the land of Moose and Molson who are scarier than our old buddy, Iain Valliere. After finally punching his first ticket to the Olympia a few weeks ago, the 20-something freak show looks like he's making it his personal mission to bring back that old school 1990s super grainy look that most guys flat out just don't have anymore. I don't know what the hell he's been doing over there the last year or so, but this kid really seems to have figured out how to get everything clicking lately. So if he hits the ground running in Vegas and he's at 100%, he has a chance to be a dangerous threat to the top 10 guys in the world. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.